Okay, Christmas float. We're looking to put a float in the Longview Christmas Parade. Last year we didn't have a float in the parade. I'll be very truthful with you. We weren't in very much of a Christmas spirit after November 6th last year. Okay, it was kind of a rough time, and we just couldn't get the oomph up to put a float in the Christmas parade and be cheery and happy. So we didn't do it. Right now, we had a trailer and a guy to pull it. I think I've got that confirmed. So we think we got our float back. We got our guy to pull it. We've got our generator. We need two things. We need some people to help decorate it. It's kind of fun. I get the electric all strung out. You put the lights on, plug them in, put some tinsel up and some things like that. You come over a couple hours one night. Cindy has cookies and coffee and drinks and all that stuff. Not alcoholic drinks, but just drinks. And it's a fun time. And we also, more importantly, we need people to ride on the float the night of the parade, which is Thursday, December 5th. So we need people to sit on there. You just bring a chair. You sit on the float and just wave. That's all you got to do. You show up, you sit, you wave, you smile, you go, Merry Christmas. I mean, it's a great thing. It's fun. Be a patriot, be on the float. We don't really ask you to do that much more. And you get a free ride. You watch all the people in the parade. So if you want to be on the float, please contact Cindy so we can get our application in, we can get the thing decorated, and we get people to ride on it. You have to be down on that Thursday, December 5th at about 5:30. I think the parade kicks off around 6:15, something like that. So if you can be there by 5:30, you can ride the float, and it's free. Okay, next. All right, Dinner for Heroes. There'll be a dinner in honor of Ted Cruz and Louis Gohmert and Tyler on Thursday. December 6th. I think that's our parade date. The 5th, okay. Well, I got to check that. Anyway, that's definite. That's a dinner for Cruz and Gohmert. The 6th is Friday? I will check on that. It's either Thursday or Friday. Maybe it's Friday night. Maybe it is Friday. Okay. So Thursday was a typo. It must have been when I took my my Bull Energy drink and it kind of hit. So I hate when that keyboard does that. So anyway, the dinner's a tribute to two men who have shown great courage. I mean, between Louis Gohmert and Ted Cruz, you really can't get two bigger people in this area. And they belong to us. Louis is our guy, man. He is our district. We send him there, and we're happy he's there. We happen to share Ted with the rest of the state, but we're going to claim him that night. He's ours. Now, tickets are $40 each. Cindy and I already got ours. They're limited to 1,000 guests. I think it's going to go quick if it's not already gone. And I just want to say thank God we have such men to represent us in the Congress in the United States. If everybody up there was a Gohmert and a Ted Cruz, we would have no problems. No problems at all. And you heard it right here. You're going to be calling President Ted Cruz in about 2.5 years. You heard it, the prediction here. Say, that guy is smarter than he looks when he talked to me. Okay, 9 proposed Texas constitutional amendments. The election is tomorrow on Tuesday. So if you have not voted, if you came out here to listen to me talk and listen to Professor Kane, you must vote tomorrow. Only 2% of the people in Texas will vote to control what the other 98 do, have to follow under. The election turnout is pathetically low. So 5% of the registered voters, which are only half the population, gives you about roughly 2% of people who will vote on these constitutional amendments. Most are minor changes. Number 6 is different. This one has to do with creating a water fund to help fund water projects to the tune of about $2 billion. It's going to come out of your rainy day emergency fund, earthquake, big hurricane. That's money put aside so that we can pay for some of these repairs. They're going to yank the money out of it. Now, if you're interested in that, pros, it creates a big new government agency for low-cost bank loans to help fund these things, kind of seed money, what they're saying it. This is what the government is doing that the private sector usually does when they find a need. But the government says, I think there's a need, I'm going to do it anyway. Next slide, please. If you want to vote against it, okay, it drains about 25% of the rainy day fund, $2 billion. The rainy day fund, according to what I understanding of it, can be appropriated, means they can go and take money out of it. A 3-person panel appointed by the governor can go in there and say, I need more money for this, and they could take money out of the rainy day fund. They say they're going to put a limit in there on how much the floor of the rainy day fund is. Okay, but my question is, do you trust politicians to keep their fingers out of a fund of money that's a slush fund over here? The rainy day fund does not apply with the Texas Constitution. The Constitution says thou shalt not spend more than the controller says you have. Period. You may not borrow a penny. So the Texas legislature, in round numbers, spent $100 billion for the 2-year biannual budget. They said, we've got $100 billion to spend. If this water project for this $2 billion was so important that they're going to put it on the constitutional amendment, to put it in the Constitution, to start all this stuff for Texas, why couldn't they find 2% at the very start of that budget meeting and fund the water project to start with? They wouldn't do it. They're going to put it in your hands because it goes against their $100 million cap, and they want to spend their money otherwise. So they're saying, I want you to vote so I can take money out of here, still be legal, and spend it the way I want. It's just one way of looking at it. It also gives a deal. When you put money in the hands of 2 or 3 people and you put money from the public into a big slush fund like this, there's a lot of sweetheart deals, there's a lot of bankers, there's a lot of back scratching, there's things that go on. It's the dirty world of politics that comes up. So, boiled down, on 6, if you think it's a good thing, it's that, that you can trust them, they're not going to steal more, they're going to keep their hands out of it, vote for it. If you don't think they will, you just don't trust them. And remember, the Republicans are in there now. If it ever goes Democrat, I got a couple words: California, New York, Illinois. Do I need Detroit? Do I need to say more? Okay. And again, water. Oh, whoa, we got to have this water. It's important. You got to approve this. $4 billion. They say we need to fix the roads. Got to fix the roads. The roads are falling apart. Without it, the whole state's going to fall apart. That's $6 out of $100 that they had to spend. If this stuff was so important, why didn't they fund it when they had the $100 to start with? You got your $100 billion, you fund your $6 billion, your water's taken care of, your roads are taken care of. Now, let's pay the rest of the bills. They didn't do that. Okay, next. Again, if you like it, vote yes on 6. If you don't, then nix on 6. I like stuff that rhymes. It's the old Dr. Seuss stuff. Nix on 6 is kind of cool. So either way, it's your decision. Please vote tomorrow. We can, there's the articles in the paper that say the Gray County area always votes, more for certain things than the rest of the state. And they go, well, is that just because they're better educated, or is that just because they're told to vote that way? That was in the paper, I think 2 years ago, based on constitutional amendments. I like to think we're just better educated, and that we vote for what the best choice for Texas is. Either way, tomorrow, please go vote. Bring your friends, bring your relatives, bring the people at your church, your company. Get them out. We need them to vote. I got to keep going. Let's go. Okay, boys shower with girls. Anybody not know what boys shower with girls in California is? Everybody knows? Great. Okay, real quick. California, they own the governor, they own the Senate, they own the House. They do whatever they want. They push everything through. They passed a law effective January 1 next year. If a boy is in school from kindergarten to high school, 12th grade, if he thinks he's a girl, he says, I think I'm a girl, they will then allow him to go into the girls' bathroom because he's a girl. They'll allow him to go with the girls' showers, shower with the girls because he's a girl. He will allow to be played on the girls' sports teams because they say he's a girl. To be fair, if you're a girl and you want to do that, you think you're a guy, you shower with the guys. I mean, it goes both ways. It's fair. So this is just an update on this. This is basically what the liberals, when you give liberals unlimited power, you get Obamacare, you almost got global warming, and you get this kind of stuff from California. Truly the land of the nuts, flakes, and the co-ed showers, I guess now. I'm just a comment on here because in the Longview newspaper, I put it in there. I said, boy, this is going to get some, I'm going to really jack these guys up. I'm shaking this beehive. And they had the little thing on Facebook where you put in there, and there's 3 people that wrote something about Facebook saying, that's terrible. I can't believe he's doing this. And he's cruel. He just doesn't understand. And he's dumb. He's not very good. interesting that they attack the writer, but they say nothing about the law. Apparently, they're happy with the law. So if you're happy with the law, then you stand up and go, I'm happy with that. I, for one, am not. So I'm willing to stand up and say it. These people attack, and this is the Saul Lewinsky, Rules for Radicals, they attack the person, they try to discredit the person, they don't say anything about the facts of the matter. So it was interesting. I was trying to shake that beehive. I got some bees flying on that. Okay? There's hope. Again, 2014, we have Senate races coming up. We need six seats to get rid of the liberal bloc, get rid of Harry Reid. Can I say, let's get rid of Harry Reid? Can I get an amen? Amen. Harry Reid's going to go. Can I get another amen? Amen. We need your help. Got to have your help. So next year when we say we need some help in some other states or something, making phone calls and doing some other stuff, don't say I can't do that, because I heard you say amen. Okay? I need you need your help. This is going to be our shot at putting some sanity back into this thing. Harry Reid shoves a stomping block in everything. We've got to get around this guy. So next year we're going to be asking, please answer the call. Okay? Next. Okay, thank you. Cindy and I and our board of directors say thank you very much for all that you do for our group. Okay, you help support us and all that. We couldn't do what we do without the volunteers and everybody else that helps in our group. We ask for your time and talents. That's the thing. We want everybody to be involved, kind of like a church thing. We want everybody to do something. We have a place for you. You say, I can do this. I can do just a little bit. We'll find a place for you to do something. The floats, some parades, anything. We want you to be involved. We want you to be active. You be as active or as inactive as you want to be. But please, time and talents is what we ask for. If that's not something you can do, we're happy to take donations. We have some donation box in the back, one for the church to give us this great facility that we meet in, and also one to help fund our group. You know, we have some expenses. If you can put something in, that's great. We're looking for your time and talents. A donation is nice too, but please consider donating your time and talents. So we just want to say thank you for everything you do. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for coming through with us, the people with the bumper stickers, the stuff we do at the fairs and the balloon races and all that. It's a big thing for us. So thank you very much. Okay. Last but not least, a guest speaker tonight, Dr. Tim Kane. Can I just read this for you? Is this going to be? Okay, I don't want to embarrass you, okay? Local economic professor over in UT Tyler. This guy is a find. Now, I'm not sure where that woman right there on that movie camera finds people like this, but she does, okay? She's amazing for people she can dig up. She's working, and again, I'm not going to take any thunder. She's working on, can I say it? Can I? There's an outside possibility that we maybe can get Rafael Cruz. And that's his dad. The younger son is named Ted. He's going to be in Tyler for that party. You put your connection together. It depends. She can work magic. We're going to see. We put pressure on you now. All right. Dr. Kane discussed current state of the economy, where he projects it to where it's going to head. He's going to talk about the Fed economic policy, deficits, labor statistics, all the stuff that you really kind of don't want to know, but you need to know. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Kane. All right, you need a... Is it okay right there? Is it okay if I leave that?
Sure.
Okay. Need anything to call me?
All right. Can you hear me all right? Now? Is that better? Okay. When Cindy called me and said she needed a economic expert to come and talk to you, I said I'd call her back, and I checked on Google, because I remember that an expert is anybody that's more than 30 miles away from home. Google said it's 42 miles over here, so I called her back and said, I'll do it. I've seen a number of illustrations on the internet, I know you have too, that try to help us understand and visualize and get a feel for $1 trillion. And the one that Mike showed up here was excellent. Another way of thinking about $1 trillion is that if you were to go on a spending spree and if you were to spend $1 million a day, it would take you 2,740 years to spend $1 trillion. So that's $17 trillion, which is our national debt, and which does not include contingent liabilities for Social Security and Medicare and FHA houses and you name it, student loans. You're probably looking at 150, maybe $200 trillion. Nobody really knows for sure. So you could just kind of mentally blow that picture up that he gave you, and you'd have an idea of it. I was thinking the other day that most of the really traumatic economic events that we have suffered through in the last, let's say, 5 or 6 years have their origins in politics. So, for example, if you started with the what is now called the Great Crash, started in December 2007, you know that was a creature of the government's idea that it was okay to make loans to people that had no jobs and poor credit and very little income. And there's so many other things. Obamacare, CO2 regulations, you could just go down the list.